When you are hiring talents in your team, what are the biggest criteria that you look for, and without which it is kind of a no-no? So,
Mhm.
what would be those traits that people who are making the transition or joining this domain, they should ensure that they are honing those skills, competencies, attitude, which is very important when you leaders are actually looking to hire them.
So first and most important criteria I use is portfolio of projects. So I see if the person has a palette of multiple projects that he can talk about, although they may be dummy data projects, something like Kaggle projects or anything with publicly available data. It could be, let's say, if you want to talk about financial lending, you have lending club data, which is the classic data for loan default prediction. Or if you want to think of clustering, you have multiple data sets available that are well known to everyone. Even if it is that simple, even if they were, let's say, class assignments or part of the homework for a coursework, that's fine. But I would want to talk about how they have tried to solve a pseudo practical problem, and even better if they have solved a real practical problem from a business. Like if somebody has worked at another bank and tried to build a loan default prediction algorithm or a pricing engine for a, say, cab hailing company, or a say recommendation engine for an e-commerce project, that is very useful. But the expectation is not to have real world projects, at least dummy projects of multiple kinds, right? That's first criteria. The second criteria I use is, do you know your stuff? In the sense that if somebody asks, tell me what is an F1 score. Somebody asking, or tell me what is the area under the curve. Why is area under the curve important? The second order thinking also is required, right? Just because you read somewhere online or on Wikipedia or in some textbook that, hey, the precision is measured by precision and recall and F1 score for an algorithm, you don't have to parrot it out. I would ask, tell me what's the difference between precision and recall. And oftentimes people would fail, right? They would only know precision, but not able to explain the recall. What does F1 score do? Which is basically to find a balance between precision and recall. And not just that, but things like, tell me if you are facing a particular problem of, let's say, overfitting. What different things will you try to come up with a better approach to solve the same problem, etc. Or let's say you have cold start problem, you have very little data. How will you go about it? So these are the things, Ujjaini, that you would know only if you have solved practical problems and are not just mugging or memorizing some of the formulae of algorithms. Or these days things are so easy that you can just Google and or even go to ChatGPT and get a code for, let's say, an XGBoost algorithm or a regression algorithm. So coding is not super critical, although it's important, but knowing what the code is doing is important. But I'm very comfortable hiring people who know this stuff, so that when they're hired, I can tell them, hey, this is the problem, this is the kind of approach we want to use, or you come up with an approach and believe in their output, because I know that while hiring, I have tested that they know their stuff. And the third piece that I also look at is ability to do storytelling, which means can you actually explain to someone in leadership that, hey, this approach is possible, this is what I can offer or our team can offer to you, and this is how it should be tested, right? For example, how do you story tell a CEO of a telecom company that we have the best churn prediction algorithm already available, and we have tested it out, and it will create an impact of a few $1 million? And so you have to be able to be very good at communicating the story of why this is required, what you have done, how you will test it, and how it will create impact. All the things are important, right? And if these three things are there, I would say a candidate would have a strong chance of getting selected.